All right, sorry for the late start. Wanted to let some of the other streams kind of wrap up a little bit. Hopefully that debate is wrapping up. I'm not trying to compete with them. But what's going on, guys? We are live here. We'll be live here in about like 3 minutes. Let me start the countdown. Again, if you're watching on the replay, just feel free to skip ahead. But I'll see you guys in like 3 minutes here. All right, peace. So true. I'm telling you, vince-stao nationalism, literally the future of the Republican Party. You cannot stop it. Yo, look, I'm the baby now.
This monument will never be desecrated. These heroes will never be defaced. From this day forward, a new vision will govern our land. From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. America first.
John, thoughts on vince-stao nationalism?
Oh, I mean, I've been campaigning that for the better part of 3 years now. Before I even knew Vince, it actually appeared to me in a dream, and I just have sort of been trying to like subtly, when they say John Doyle dog whistles, he does, but not the way they think. It's always about vince-stao nationalism. They say I'm like a white nationalist. No, I'm a vince-stao man.
Americanism, not globalism, will be our credo as long as we are led by politicians who will not put America first. Then we can be assured that other nations will not treat America with respect, the respect that we deserve. The American people will come first once again.
Millions of Americans sincerely love Donald Trump. They love Donald Trump because no one else loved them. The country they built, the country their ancestors fought for over hundreds of years, has left them to die in their unfashionable little town, mocked and despised by the sneering half-wits with finance degrees but no actual skills who seem to run everything all of a sudden.
All right, everybody, and we are live. Let me just say, I really do not appreciate my own fan base spreading completely baseless conspiracy theories about me. Okay, we all know the story behind 714, which is just an incident that just literally never happened. Okay, but what is this now? What is it now that I'm Polish? All right, where does this come from? I'm not Polish. So false. Okay, I would just say I don't appreciate it. I really don't appreciate it. What is up, guys? this is like the Super Tuesday of live streams, and I'm kind of getting buried in the middle of it, which is not cool, which is just not epic. We have the Charlie Kirk Vouch debate going on right now. We'll probably do a reaction stream to that tomorrow, by the way. I'll see, but that will probably happen. But the actual subject I wanted to talk about on stream tonight is something I don't think really has gotten a lot of enough discussion in conservative circles. Like, yeah, people tweeted about it here, this and that, but I feel like this should really be a discussion that's completely central in our movement, and it's just simply not. So I figured tonight on stream we will kind of do a little walkthrough lesson on effective conservative governance, okay, and what that does look like, and quite frankly doesn't look like, okay. And the subject of this case study is going to be South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem, who, as we all know, if you watch a lot of conservative establishment media, if you watch the RNC podcast, who literally nobody does, but I don't know if you knew that, the RNC does run a podcast. Matt Gagnon says, I had an egg McMuffin as I was at the 714 commission. Well, that's very false. All right. You didn't have an egg McMuffin, because there is no 714 commission. It is, again, it is just a lie. It just doesn't exist. But anyways, you look, obviously someone who is based, right? This is Kristi Noem, is someone who was better on the lockdowns than Ron DeSantis, as a matter of fact. Going to be the first female president. That's really what a lot of people in right-wing establishment circles are leaning towards. And they're trying as hard as possible to prop this person up. That is why even after the transgender debate and all this stuff, all the things that really you would think Kristi Noem would be totally left in the dust over, you still see her on Fox. You still see her, at the Hannity. Was it the Hannity? Might have been Ingram, like town hall with all the Republican governors surrounding the COVID issue, right? And so I think it's really telling. We should probably make an assessment on, okay, so this is the person who has championed freedom of choice with the COVID issue, right? This is the person who was based and didn't lock down their state. It's really good, I think, to assess how she's actually doing on this question. How is she doing actually standing up to, the whole medical tyranny question? What's her performance been like? What if you are a person who lives in South Dakota? Are you actually really that free when it comes to the COVID question? Well, that's the question we're going to answer tonight on stream. Easy Legendary sends me $2. He says, caving Kristi. It is just so true. It is simply so true. That's absolutely what she is. So let me actually first start, for YouTube guidelines purposes, by saying that in this stream, we are not going to be questioning the efficacy of masks or vaccines or any of that. I would never do such a thing, okay? But the discussion of this stream is simply going to be the political question, and it is a purely political question, okay, YouTube, of whether or not masks and vaccines should be mandated by policy in both the public and private sector. Okay, that's what we're discussing. Appreciation for Asher sends me $5. Thank you very much. He says appreciation for the pre-Florida live stream. Apparently, mid-move content is possible. It is so true. I'm literally in the middle of moving right now. I'm moving I think next Saturday is my leaving day to Florida. And I don't know if that's supposed to be a dig at a certain individual, okay? But we love that individual as well. But it is true. Mid-move content is simply possible. And Matt Gagnon says, I ate dog food. Okay, very fitting for the 714 commission. Okay. But I think in order to understand, where we are with this vaccine mandates, mask mandates, stuff like this, let us contextualize what our political enemies are doing and compare that with what the leadership of our movement and our party apparently is doing in reaction to this. So I think it's very important to understand and recognize, and I'm sure many of you are probably dealing with this problem yourself, which is that our opponents are literally willing to mandate both masks and vaccines everywhere that they have the political power to do so, right? So obviously all these woke corporations who are ran by anti-American, globalist shills who are our enemies, right? They're all going to mandate the vaccine like for all their employees, and probably you see a lot of them even doing it for customers, right? And obviously you see a place like New York City, which is now doing actually forcing businesses to employ what is basically a vaccine passport throughout the city. Like they're not just, you saw Andrew Cuomo yesterday, he says, well, I'm encouraging it. Okay, well, now Bill de Blasio just comes out today and says, most indoor businesses, you have to use a vaccine passport. Like he's really forcing the private businesses to do this. Okay. And I'm sure many of you guys who are going to school, especially those of you who are in college, thank God I chose to go to Florida, a school in Florida. But many of you guys who are in college are probably dealing with vaccine mandates, a lot of mask mandates coming back too. So we can presuppose that, again, our opponents are literally willing to do anything. They're willing to wield power in any way they see fit in order to, mandate the vaccines. And they're going to force this very, very hard. They're going to do everything that is within their power to install these mandates, which I would argue means that in response, this is what we should be expecting from conservative politicians. In response, what we should be getting is an equal willingness from Republican governors and Republican local officials as well to do the opposite, to actively use government power in the same exact way that you see left-wing politicians using government power. I think Republicans, and I think this is a very fair statement to say, need to be willing to do that exact thing in response. They need to be willing to go to private businesses, not just the public schools or whatever, which we'll talk about that too. But these people literally need to be willing to say, no, even if you are a private business in my state, in my city, whatever, like literally we will not allow you to employ a vaccine passport or, mandate vaccines for your employees or your customers, whatever it is. Okay. And I know what people are going to say in response to that. They're going to say, what? Well, if we use government power in the same way that the left uses government power, then we're no better than the left. I mean, we're literally no better than them. Actually, you're right. We are worse than them. Okay. We are worse than them because where it is true that our political opponents use all the political power they have, not some of it, not in certain places, but all of the power they have, both in government and in corporate America and in private America, right? If our enemies are using all the power they have to commit evil, it is literally in response evil for us to do nothing about that, right? It is even more evil for us to enable the evil by not equally using the same level of political power, right? If they're going to use all the political power they have to commit evil, we need to be using all the political power we have to stop evil and to commit good. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense? So let's then ask the question, is that really what we are getting from Republican politicians? And for the sake of this live stream, the main one we're going to be focusing on is Kristi Noem, who, again, let's remind ourselves, supposedly is like so much better than Ron DeSantis. I mean, was even better than Ron DeSantis on the COVID question, right? Video Maker says, I feel bad for Staten Island. Just rest in peace, New Yorkers. I mean, that's really going to be, I think, a straw that breaks the camel's back. I mean, it's just not going to be. Video Maker says, can you read my last super chat? I don't know. When did you send it in? It's going to depend if I can scroll up. I can't scroll. I need to figure out a way to like scroll up to see all the super chats. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I literally have no way to scroll all that far the way up. Or I think you're talking about this one, so it's fine. Okay. So let us see the response we're getting from Kristi Noem, and we'll talk about this. Okay. So real quick, let me share my screen because I put the tweets up here. All right. But we'll start, I believe, with this one. Yep, here we go. All right, here we go. So again, we've established what we should be expecting from Republicans is like literally just the reverse, literally just the opposite of what Democrats are doing and what the left is doing, in terms of the vaccine question. It's not what you're getting. Check out what you're getting. You're getting stuff like this. Okay, so Kristi Noem tweets out, not that, hey, since I'm the governor, the freaking governor of South Dakota, I'm going to use all the political power I have to counter this vaccine push in both public and private America. No, instead, what do you get? What do you get, huh? What do you get? We get workers whose employers are mandating a vaccine for continued employment have the power to say no. Really? Okay, so check this out. Check out what she says. She says, our robust economy and job market gives them the option to find a new employer that values personal choice and responsibility and doesn't force mandates on their employees. So what is she literally saying? What does this literally mean? And simply, this is the 2021 equivalent of the learn to code thing. Okay, literally just saying, oh, your employer is mandating vaccines. Just find a new job, loser. Literally, like straight up, what you are getting from Kristi Noem. Again, based Republican governor. Oh, she believes in freedom, folks. South Dakota is a really free state. We don't have vaccine mandates in South Dakota. Only if you want to have a job, then we have vaccine mandates. And this gets back to the same question, I think, of the big tech question. It's really the same logic. The same thing applies here. It's the question of, well, yeah, sure. You may not be able to like find a job. You may lose your job and lose access to the grocery store, like that you literally need to survive and all this stuff. And just like the big tech question, you may lose access to like half the internet and financial services. You may be put on the friggin' no-fly list or whatever it is. But technically, you live in a free country because the government is not throwing you in jail for not doing something, which honestly isn't even largely true anymore. Yeah, this is what you're getting, okay? And frankly, it's just not enough. And we understand why it's not enough. She's literally basically sacrificing you as a worker, as an employer, to these ridiculous abstract principles of small government or whatever it is, right? It's, well, these people, let me just say, these people just don't live in the real world like whatsoever. Okay. Because if you live in reality, you would know, and by the way, I don't even mean Kristi Noem. I mean the people who really write these talking points, come up with these ideas, because quite obviously, if you live in the real world, well, yeah, the government isn't technically threatening to arrest me if I don't take the vaccine or wear a mask or whatever, but they are, or you have private companies, okay, in the instance of South Dakota, but my employer is making me do it. Like, how am I supposed to work? How am I supposed to have a job if I'm not vaccinated? And the same is true for many college students, right? They're literally being forced by private companies, by corporate America, and by public universities even to vaccine mandates are just being implemented that way. And what does Kristi Noem do? Okay, instead of saying, again, the based freedom fighter, again, instead of saying, well, we're going to do something about this, I'm going to use state power to stop this, because, again, what is the functional difference between the government saying, you get vaccinated or you get arrested, or private companies saying, hey, we're going to just deny you the access to like a normal 21st century life unless you're vaccinated? What is the functional difference? There is no functional difference. And anyone who lives in the real world would know that. But of course, we have these abstract principles, and they are abstract. They do not apply to the 21st century at all. Abstract principles written by a bunch of think tank people in DC, combined with the kids who follow them, like a bunch of moron kids on TikTok. You combine this, and this is where you get this libertarian thinking from. And it's just insanity. Anyways, let's go on to the other thing I wanted to show, which I would argue is even worse. Okay, even worse than just saying, oh, just find a new job, loser. All right. Check out what we also have from the same person, by the way, is also from Kristi Noem. Check this out. Check this out. We have this beauty right here, and this was also a beauty, which is now. Okay, keep in mind that was with like private companies and stuff. Okay, so she's gonna say, when it comes to vaccine mandates, just find a new job, right? Not oh, we're gonna help you. We have your back here. Just find a new job. Check out what she says on this. She says it's the government's role to guide the public by providing them science, facts, and data to make their own educated system. I will not be issuing any statewide directive either requiring or prohibiting masks in our schools. So it looks into this. It basically translates to, I'm not going to touch the mask question in schools, but if local school districts are, if they want to implement mask mandates, I'm really not going to stop them. Okay. So once again, we have utterly ineffective, frankly useless governance from Kristi Noem. Okay. And it's not like we're asking her to even do something unprecedented. You go down to Florida, and frankly, I thought the way Ron DeSantis implemented this too was a little bit weak, but it's still, it basically worked, right? Down in Florida, what does DeSantis say to the schools? He says, well, if your school district implements a mask mandate, I'm going to sign this executive order, basically ensuring a parent's right to keep it their choice whether or not a kid wears a mask to school, right? And he also threatened to withdraw funding from school districts who were trying to mandate masks, which has already caused, by the way, the second biggest school district down in Florida to rescind the mask mandate that they were going to put into place, coming up this upcoming school year. So it's not like what we're asking you to do doesn't have precedent, okay, Kristi? Okay, it's simply a matter of whether or not you're going to actually be loyal for like true freedom for your constituents, right? Whether or not you're going to live in the real world, or again, whether or not you're going to remain loyal to ridiculous abstract principles of, at least it's not, if it's not the government, then it's fine. Or even if it's not the state government, it's fine. See, this is the problem. What does she divert to? She diverts to the excuse of localism, right? She's like, well, we're going to leave it to the local school districts. That is not what we need from conservative leadership. What we need, like I said in the beginning, is we need conservatives who are willing to use every piece of political power they have, which means, again, if you are the governor of a state, you do not just leave it to the local areas. Do not export the medical tyranny to corporate America or the local school districts or whatever. If you have the power to control what happens in the state, it has to be used. It has to be wielded, and let it be known. Let it be known that we as the base, this is what we now are expecting from conservative politicians, okay? This small government cop-out excuse simply is not going to cut it. It's just not, okay? We are sick and tired of this crap, okay? I'm done with it. And I'm not going to sit around and pretend like Kristi Noem is like, oh, she's all for freedom. We love South Dakota. We love the fact that South Dakota never locked down. No. All right. And when you look at the utter state of what they're doing, right? It's no secret. We've seen it this week that the mandates are out of control, and they're really going to encroach on your ability to live a basic functioning life, if you're not jabbed or whatever, right? We need Republican politicians who are willing to stand up. By the way, where the heck is Trump on this question? Let me also say that, I know. In like one interview a month or two ago, he basically said that he was against vaccine passports and it should be a personal choice or something like that. Really? Is that the slave morality that we're adapting to? Does that cut it for you? Because you look at what the other side is doing on this question. It's not enough for Trump to simply say when asked in an interview, well, I'm not really a fan of that. Like that is just not what we need. What we need from someone like Trump, who has a lot of power and pull within, the GOP, really most of these Republican governors and stuff, they really are going to follow what Trump says, not what Ron DeSantis or Tucker Carlson says. They're going to follow what Trump is still kind of the thought leader, at least of the Republican Party. So what we need from Trump, and this is what should fully be expected of Trump at this point, because this is out of control. We know the COVID authoritarianism out of control. We need entire messaging surrounding this, taking a stand against this, okay? Have we even got like a single one of those stupid press releases he does? Have we even got one of those from Trump, talking about this, taking a stand against this? Okay, even that, I really don't think we have, but we need entire rally speeches dedicated to this question. This is something that obviously is very important to a lot of the Trump base. Basically, I would say all of it, probably about 80-90% of the Trump base, takes this question seriously. They don't want mask mandates to be put in place in schools. They don't want They don't want vaccine mandates anywhere at all. And where is Trump on this question? What has he really done meaningfully? Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. All right, my apologies. You just see an utter failure at every single level from the Republican Party on this. They're nowhere to be found. It is just so pathetic. It is so frankly pathetic. And Kristi Noem, by the way, I would argue Kristi Noem doesn't even really believe all this crap about small government. What it really is for her, let's be honest, is the Chamber of Commerce. She doesn't want to piss off the Chamber of Commerce. She's just a shill for them for some reason. I wonder why that is, but it's just, we need better. Okay, we should expect better from this party. And this is someone who is like seen as being a warrior. Like, yeah, Kristi Noem is such a fighter. Really? Is that the best this party can do? Because if that's the best this party can do, let's all just leave. Okay, let's not vote for crap like this, because this is just ridiculous. Again, we need strength. We need people who are willing to basically do back to them what they do to us. All right. So, anyways, that's basically all I had to say about this question. I think I made my point. I think I get it. So, it's a shorter stream, but we can kind of interact with chat a little bit. Trump needs to stop simping for Noem. No, it is so true. It is so true. By the way, let me say again, for guidelines purposes, we are discussing vaccine mandates and mask mandates. That's it. Okay, it's a political question. We're not talking about medically what the deal is there. We're not questioning the efficacy. We're simply taking the official stance that in terms of mask mandates, vaccine mandates, it should be a freedom of choice issue, but not just freedom of choice in the eyes of the government, freedom of choice in the eyes of the culture and society. So that includes private businesses and stuff too. And that's our stance on it. Okay. That's our YouTube approved stance on it. But a video maker says David Chapman is a threat to the MAGA movement. Let's purge him from the movement. I wouldn't even give him that much credit. I mean, let's be honest. Is he really all that relevant? No, he's not. He has like 14K on Twitter, and his engagement is like basically worse than some accounts I see with like 100 followers. He's not relevant. Nobody really cares about him. Okay. So let's not give him more credit than he's due. He's no threat to the movement. Nobody takes his opinion seriously. I mean, literally nobody. So American Populist Crusade. No, there's truth to that. I literally have, yeah, of course you do. You probably the GOP literally advertising because they saw Kristi Noem in the tag, or the algorithms picked it up. I literally have a radio recommendations called "Help Kristi Noem Save America." Yeah, and what is she gonna do? What is she gonna do to save America? She's got to sit there and say, just use small government as an excuse and literally not do anything. It is insane. It is insane. By the way, I saw a comment at the beginning of the stream that said something along the lines of, "Well, you're so," and it was a boomer too. Okay, and we love some of our boomers. Okay, but the ones who just don't get it. Oh my gosh, this guy or girl, whatever, just basically said along the lines of like, "You're so dense." She's saying that the workers have the power to basically rise up and just basically say no, and that's what she's saying. And it's like, really? Do you though? Do they? Do the workers out here who have to deal with this really have the power to stand up and like collectively bargain against this stuff? The answer is they really don't. Okay, they really don't. Let's not be delusional, and let me ask the Zoomers who are having to deal with this at their university. I'm sure many of you have. Yeah, really? You're just gonna sign a petition and the dean's gonna listen to it? Okay, no, you're gonna get kicked out of the school. That's what's gonna happen. And in the professional world, at the corporate level, you're going to get fired. That is what's going to happen. These people are just going to get fired, and that's it. Okay. Stop pretending like you have some type of fictional power over your employer that you just don't. Okay. No, you actually don't have that power, as a matter of fact. And it is just ridiculous. It is insulting to simply say, well, just find a new job, loser. Like, no, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to accept that when we do indeed have the political power to stand up to these corporations, to stand up to these businesses. But the guy from Reason TV, okay, John Stossel, says we can't do that. So, we got to listen to the libertarian think tanks in Washington. They are the ones who, really will do what it takes to save America, right? They know better than us, okay? So you having to deal with like straight up corporate tyranny? No. That's actually freedom. Okay, that's actually freedom. Said by a guy who's never left Washington, D.C. in his life and never worked a job in his life that wasn't for a nonprofit or a think tank. All these people make me so mad. It is just disgusting. All right, it is just disgusting. Am I going to run for Congress? I don't know. We'll see what life has in store for me, okay? It is not really my big aspiration to run for office. I want to work more on like the media side of things, but you never know. Okay, you never know. It might just find it to be my calling at some point. So, Republicans hate workers' unions, but expect them to rise up against their corporations. Well, the ironic thing about that is that most workers' unions are literally just political operatives for the left, right? That's what they always are. 90% of the time, workers' unions are just left-wing institutions. That's a big reason, by the way, that union membership is at basically the lowest it's been for a very long time in America. Largely, it is because these workers' unions are useless. They don't do anything. All they do is just sit and complain, and then donate to a bunch of left-wing causes. So I'm not in favor of trusting the unions to do anything. The unions are the left-wing institutions out here, many of them calling for vaccine mandates of their own. So I'm not trusting the unions to do this at all. I want Republican governments to come in and step in and do something about this. The unions aren't going to do anything about it. Populists are actually defending liberty, unlike libertarians. No, it's just so true. It's just so true. We see the public, and we see for libertarians, it's this whole thing of just about government and not the government. Okay, our thing is society and not society. So we care functionally speaking, but the government this, not the government this. We care functionally speaking about what the effect is on society. How do you functionally are you able to live in society? And if it's not the case that you can functionally be a free human being in society, even if the government technically grants you freedom, which they don't even do that, then we're perfectly willing to use political power, so anyways. Noah says, I'm 16. Do you think I should leave Connecticut when I get older? If you want to. I mean, that's your decision. I'm leaving California. We know this to be the case, okay? I moved to Florida not this Saturday, but next Saturday is when we were leaving for Florida, boys. It's going to be so epic. I've literally been listening to I Ran So Far Away by the Seagulls. Truly cultured people know that song, whether it's from Miami Vice not Miami Vice, GTA Vice City or not. Okay. We've been listening to that. It's going to be so epic. All right. The Florida move is imminent. I don't think content probably won't even slow down that much. It might slow down a little bit, but we should be on a totally normal schedule because the place I'm moving to also is already pre-furnished. So the move really shouldn't be all that complicated. I mean, hopefully the Wi-Fi there is decent, but I know that's all right. Sam Madsen, we love to see it. He knows that song. What are your thoughts on the Andrew Cuomo news? It is comical in my opinion. I that's all I really have to say about it. I just found it to be hilarious and kind of dumb. Now, will Andrew Cuomo actually get removed from office? Probably not, because or will he's not going to resign. That's basically become evident. I don't think he's going to be able to seek another term, and I think his political career is over. But it's looking like he's not going to resign. It's not like the state government's exactly going to impeach him. I think he's just going to sit there and basically be a lame duck for the rest of his term. I don't know. I mean, we'll see if this stuff even lasts. I remember a few months ago when Andrew Cuomo was basically out here getting canceled and everyone basically just forgave him. But then again, we do have basically Pelosi and Schumer now coming out and saying he should resign, which is definitely a step up from what we saw last time, which is very interesting. But I don't think so. I think he's just going to be a lame duck, finish out his term, and then hopefully fade into political irrelevancy. I think it's also funny too that's what took him down, right? Not the nursing home stuff, not anything else, but it's like it's sexual assault. It's not even sexual assault. I think it was just sexual harassment supposedly that took him down. Which, let me say, I have an instinct on the whole situation that it's probably a little bit exaggerated. He's probably a creep, yes, but I have an inclination to think when I look at what happened with that investigation, and I look at the fact that you look at who the New York Attorney General is. Let us not forget, isn't that the same person who's putting this fraudulent investigation into the Trump organization? Like, do we really trust this person? I mean, she seemed a little bit untrustworthy, probably had an agenda to basically backstab Cuomo the whole time. We know this to be the case. But it's not like I'm going to sit here and stick up for Cuomo or anything. He doesn't deserve it. But I do think it's probably a little bit exaggerated, the whole story. He's probably just a creep around women, but nothing like criminal, I don't think necessarily. I mean, who knows? But, I wouldn't fully trust this AG and her supposedly skilled, amazing investigation skills in the process either. But whatever. We watch someone's political career implode that we don't like. We love to see it, The AG is probably trying to be the next governor of New York. I mean, I would say probably something like that. That's why I don't fully trust this AG either. I do not trust that woman. Okay, I was looking at her. I was like, okay. I mean, this is great. I'm not going to sit here and like feel bad for Cuomo, but I don't know if you're entirely the most trustworthy person. Even she she's the same person who's basically trying to take down Trump. I don't know if I would fully trust what comes out of her mouth, but 714 is a psyop, by the way. Reminder. No, it's so true. It's so true. Vince Dow, are you voting in the recall? I don't know. I have to see how that even works. Because I could like technically not change my residency yet and then try to vote in it, but I don't know. I probably will just change my residency though, so I probably won't vote in it, to be honest. I don't even like mail-in voting out of state is such a pain, and I would rather just change my residency to Florida immediately. But we will see. I don't know. We'll see. Because I will already be in Florida by then. I can technically say my residency is still in California, but I probably won't. I probably will just actually change my residency. So. A video maker says, what are your thoughts on Rep saying 714 is real? It's just a betrayal. It's a complete betrayal. You should do some content on Hunter Avallone. Maybe we will at some point. He just it's like watching his pseudo intellectualism just drives me crazy to the extent to where it's like I just don't want to watch it. That means I have to actually watch his content. I don't want to do that. Much respect to Vince Dow. Great content yet again. 305. I am not moving to Miami, but we probably will visit Miami a few times. We love to see it. Shout out 305. We love the 305. Okay, America First mapping. I don't know the drama there. But actually surrounding the recall. My confidence in this is really growing because you look at a lot of these polls. I mean, it is within like 2 to 5 points. I've seen polls having it that close. And if that's really where the race is, I mean, I would actually be kind of confident that more likely than not, if those polls are accurate, we don't know where they are, and it is California. Okay, so we'll have to see what happens with all that stuff. But if that's really where the race is, I would say it's Newsom would probably get recalled, because you have to consider turnout. That's the thing, right? If every Californian shows up and votes, obviously Newsom's going to stay in power. But you look at where the energy is, where the turnout's going to be, even despite all the money that Democrats are putting into this race, it's really good. They're going to have a serious enthusiasm problem on their side, right? There really is just not a lot of enthusiasm, especially with someone like Newsom, to really get out there and vote to protect him, right? To keep him into power. And I think a lot of these kind of the stereotype, right? A lot of the individuals who show up and really carry the Democrats in most elections, I really don't think they're going to show up in the numbers that are needed to be. Whereas on the other hand, the pro recall people, they're going to be showing, they're very enthusiastic about this, right? They're really going to be turning out in a lot of numbers. So it is going to come down to turnout, but if it really is within 3 to 5, I would expect that Newsom actually ends up getting recalled. If that's where the race really is, because there's no way the turnout for the no vote, is going to be nearly what it is for the yes vote. And then you might actually be looking at Larry Elder becoming the governor or something, because it's looking like he's probably going to win the recall ballot, right? And so then and by the way, he's actually, the more I thought about this, he is kind of like a perfect candidate in a way, because now he's really energized all the Republicans, all the conservatives to really make sure they go out and vote in the recall. But at the same time, he's not like Donald Trump Jr. or something. He's not someone of such high status that the fear of him becoming the governor is going to really turn out a bunch of Democrats in the other direction. So, I assume if the recall actually does succeed, which I would still say is less likely than it is more likely, but still, with the polls being this close, that is really close. We'll have to see what happens. But if it does succeed, Larry Elder will probably be the governor, because Caitlyn Jenner's not going to win the recall ballot. They're polling at like 3% or something. That was another funny story I saw too. Brad Parscale, who really just straight up sabotaged the Trump campaign in 2020. We know this, or maybe we don't know the story there, but if you don't know, he basically grifted the campaign. Let me just say, there's a reason why Trump got rid of him, but it was far too late, I think, in the cycle. But I saw this story today. I mean, he's basically doing the same thing with the Caitlyn Jenner campaign. Like, this 67,000 went to his firm. Who knows what happened there? But he was using campaign funds to pay for like all his limousines and fancy hotels and stuff. It's the Brad Parscale story for a campaign. I think Jenner now is polling at like 3%. It is terrible. That campaign has collapsed. That just blew up in its own face. We love to see it. And now all the conservatives who were even remotely thinking, whoa, it's now they're all giving Larry Elder really the time of day. And I think even the moderates and stuff, they're probably going to vote for someone like Faulkner, right? But we love to see it. Okay, Caitlyn Jenner has collapsed. And if the recall does succeed, I mean, you're looking at a Larry Elder governorship, and Larry probably wouldn't win the re-election. I mean, we'd have to see. Probably wouldn't, but that could be a solid year or so for California before it goes back to reality. Yeah, and Videomaker is right. Their left-leaning polls, like LA Times, have the recall very close. These are not even like Republican internals. These are like, a lot of these polls are more left-leaning polls, and they have the race within 3 to 5 points. And we know the story with polls too. Polls generally, just in general, and especially left-leaning ones, obviously, generally overestimate Democrats, right? Overestimate the Democratic side of things. And you have these polls with the recall within like 3 to 5. I mean, that is impressive, and even not accounting for just poll oversampling of Democrats, even now further consider, like I said, the turnout. I mean, this thing could be surprising. I mean, we'll have to see what happens, but you could see kind of a surprise here. So I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll see what happens. Okay. We'll see what happens. It is California. You won't know the results for like 3 weeks afterwards. I mean, and if it comes down to the wire, it's really going to come down to the wire. And, we'll see what happens on that front. Right. But if that's genuinely what the race is at, and the race is conducted in a genuine manner, you could be looking at something. We'll have to see. So Thoughts on Governor Roy Cooper? Which state is he from again? Is it? It's not. Hold on. Let me remind myself what state that is. I thought it was Louisiana. Oh, North Carolina. Okay, that's where he's the governor. Yeah, he is more moderate. I think he also has to deal with a Republican legislature, if I believe, right? But still, vote him out of office. His term is when? 2022, I think, right? Vote him out of office. You can't trust him. Vince Dow going red ego mode, talking about electoral politics. It's so true. It's just so true. My district in California. Will I live stream the recall? I don't know. Maybe we could. But you see, the problem is the recall results won't be out for like probably at least a week. All right. Probably at least a week. We're looking at something like that. So I don't even know if it's really worthwhile to live stream. We could live stream a little bit, I guess. We'll see. I don't even know. I really don't know electoral politics, I would say, well enough to do a competent election stream, but maybe we can dual live stream with a rep or something. Roy Cooper is term limited. Okay, never mind. Vince, this is just so false. Vince is talking about polls because he's Polish. Literally not the case. That is just false. Okay, it's just false. This is just straight up misinformation. It's just not true. Will we see some man on the streets in the future? I don't know. I'll see. Man on the streets are like probably for me the most difficult form of content that there is. I don't know. Like I don't like to be super confrontational with random people on the street. I don't like to go out and directly debate them. But then, like with that considered, I have to just more think of ways to troll them, which is just not easy. It's just not the easiest thing to really come up with ideas for that stuff. So I don't know. Hispanics are the only group in favor of recall. Well, I don't really know where that's coming from. I don't know if that's really fully the case. I mean, I think a lot of white conservative voters who do make up like 30 or so % of the California electorate or whatever it is. I mean, they're pretty pissed at it too. So I don't know if it's exclusively a Hispanic thing. I don't even know if it is a Hispanic thing, but I would say that if it is the case, I don't know where you're getting that from, but if it is the case that they're the only group, they're like the primary driving group, let's remind ourselves that Hispanics are the plurality basically in California. So I think it's about like 38% Hispanic, 38% white, and then everything else. So you're looking good if that is the case with Hispanics, which I don't know exactly if it is, but. Hot take: the Vince Dow so true is greater than the John Doyle so true. No, it is so true. It is so true. Video Maker says, I know you don't exactly want to reveal your Florida location, but will you be on the Atlantic coast or Gulf Coast? Neither. I'll be kind of basically in the middle. All right. Well, yeah, basically more in the middle. I'm not living on either. Where I'm living is not coastal. Okay. Thoughts on today's result in Ohio and direction of the GOP and Dems from this? I don't really know what the results were, to be honest. I know Nina Turner got beaten, which was pretty satisfying to watch, but I didn't really know much about the results other than that. I don't know. Ask Rep, okay? Can you ask Rep your electoral questions? Okay, we talk more social cultural stuff on here. Base Florida resident who doesn't live on the coast. Hey, I may move to the coast. You don't even know that. Okay. Will APU be doing endorsements? We're a C3 right now, but we're actually going to be refiling as a C4. So we will have the power to do endorsements later on. I don't know if we'll directly endorse. We might just do like candidate ratings instead and kind of let people decide for themselves. But we'll see. Let's go possible Central Florida resident. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I know, but you don't know. What is your favorite genre of music? I don't really have one, to be honest. It's probably between like rock and rap. I don't know. It's more of a mood thing, to be completely honest. Cenk Uygur. I want to, screw the Charlie Kirk debate. I want to do a reaction to this. I want to watch Cenk Uyghur just melt down, and it's just so funny. All right, his election night meltdowns are just the greatest thing ever. It's like, you know what? Let's tune into that. I don't know if it's on YouTube or hopefully it's not like a behind a paywall, but I want to see this. Okay, I want to screw the Tim Pool debate. Who cares about that? I want to watch Cenk Uyghur just get mad. All right. Let's see if we can find the stream, because that will be quite the thing to witness if we can find it. Hold on. Is it on the Young Turks YouTube channel? Hopefully it is. Let's see if it's on his website, or I don't even know how they do their thing. Kind of screwed, but let's take a look at this. I do want to see this. College and non-coastal, so
about
it's
a quarter
either
of a century. Okay, that if you think you're,
it's either likely Gainesville, Tallahassee, or Orlando. I'm not gonna say. I'm just not gonna say. Maybe I'll dox myself at a later point, but it's not gonna be right now. Okay. All right. Let's see this. Hold on. I gotta switch out the battery on my camera, but so I'll be right back. But I will be listening. We will be listening to this. Okay.
okay, it's taken way too damn long. But time is definitely on our side. Younger voters are definitely on our side. And
really?
if QAnon can capture like 10, 15% of the country with absolute insanity through social media and social media alone, right? Imagine what you could do with truth and reality and policies that Americans love, as long as you can get past the liars in the Washington Post, the New York Times, NPR. Yes, I said NPR. And CNN and MSNBC is the biggest liars of all.
That's bullshit.
No one hates progressives more than MSNBC. The idea that they're the liberal channel in Washington is hilarious and a joke. We filled wall to wall with former Republicans, Bush Cheney acolytes, and yes, they're caged progressives that have to agree with whatever Pelosi and Biden says. And if every 6 months, Rachel or Chris or somebody says something out that Pelosi doesn't agree with, it makes major news. Rachel Maddow disagreed 5% or 2% with Nancy Pelosi. Gosh. Giant news.
This is so funny.
Wow, you guys are so bold and brave at MSNBC. You see that? I have nothing left to lose. I don't care. Isn't this literally? What you think.
If I'm not mistaken, is this not a primary?
So
the excuses, man.
They will and they'll pop their champagne if they should lose. But hold on, more numbers. By the way, if Nina Turner comes back and wins tonight,
she's not going to come back and win. You're coping. Oof. You're coping. You're coping.
Yeah.
Silence.
Okay, they're gloating now. Okay, and whether Nina it's Nina tonight,
we're going to come back. All right, trust the plan.
When we eventually,
nobody Cenk Uyghur, trust the plan. Cenk trust. Cenk trust the plan. Uyghur, dude, shut up. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious.
I promise you guys, if you're progressives and you know me, I will gloat 1,000 times more than they're gloating tonight. And I will rub it in their face, and I will love and celebrate their failure and defeat. I look forward to vanquishing them with every fiber of my body.
Sure,
so
buddy.
Latest numbers are.
He do this every election. I swear to gosh, dude. Because let's be honest, progressives really haven't had like a super good election for them, right? 2018 was like, I guess, their best year because obviously got the squad and stuff get elected, but. Politically speaking, they have not been a very strong electoral force in America, right? It's more that they're very strong at influencing, like why did my camera turn off? I don't understand. What the heck? All right, I don't know why that happened. They've more been effective at really, I think, influencing the Democratic establishment, right? But it is just so funny because he does this every single election. He's like, we're gonna win, man. The progressives, okay, this is gonna be our time. Okay, our policies are popular. And then every single time, these guys get freaking screwed over. All right, these guys gonna lose all the elections, and you can't even use the excuse that it's like Nina Turner was someone who was like grassroots or whatever. It's like a grassroots candidate up against a big political machine. Literally not the case. Like Nina Turner has name recognition. Okay, Nina Turner has been around, and like Rep mentioned on stream tonight, like Nina Turner is someone who does make it on like MSNBC and CNN and stuff. Like it's not like lack of exposure is the problem. It's just the fact that progressives are not popular. Right, even within their own party, and look at the New York City mayoral race. I think that's an even better indicator of where the deal is in America right now. In comparison to what Cenk seems to think it is. In New York City, the AOC candidate got crushed. Who won? Who won the New York City Democratic primary, right? It was the most moderate guy in the whole race. It was the guy who was against defunding the police. And it was kind of like this somewhat conservative by Democrat standards, like somewhat of a more conservative Democrat. That's who won the New York mayoral primary, right? In the primary, not the general election, the primary, right? And so it's very clear that progressives are not actually doing that well electorally in America, They're just not. Even someone like, I think 2020, Bernie came kind of close. That was really the last gasp of the progressives. But now you're really seeing them, I think, start to get phased out. It's not what's popular in the country at all. So Cenk is coping. All right. Cenk is coping very hard. And this live chat is hilarious. Hey, check it out. We got thevincedao Nationalism in Cenk's chat. We love to see it. We love to see it, dude. We literally love to see it. All right. But let me actually choose the stream to be live.
Right, to debate him. And by the way, if you watch Indisputable,
we love to see
people are afraid to debate Rashad. Okay.
It's becoming the struggle is real, brother. Booking people for the debate segment. But we got a great team, man. That team works really hard to get people on that debate segment every day.
You should reach out to Charlie Kirk. I heard he had a wonderful debate today against Bosch.
Yeah, you should reach out to Steven Crowder to see how fast he runs from you. Okay.
Ha. So funny. You guys are coping. Okay, you guys are literally coping. The copium on this, man. You can just taste the salt on the stream.
We give you every opportunity to talk. We talk oftentimes for very long segments. You will have every opportunity to air out your point of view. We love to see it.
Keep it going in his chat.
But you better come correct.
And
that's why they usually don't come. Because they don't have any real points. Okay, now let me go to the Chantel supporters. So now there's a difference between Chantel voters and Chantel supporters, okay? So I would venture to guess, based on what I know about politics, that Chantel Brown's voters generally meant well, and they were influenced by different things, right? We're all influenced by different things. But in their case, it might have been, they saw that. It sounds like Marsha Fudge is on.
Do we want to keep watching this? Do we really want to continue with this? I don't know. I don't know if it's even freaking worthwhile. Let me consult the chat. I don't even really want to watch this, but if you guys do want to watch this, we can.
Nate, show me one negative article about Jim Clyburn in mainstream media. One in the last 40 years. You'll never find it, okay? Glowing, now, did anybody ever say, hey, wait a minute, what about all the corporate contributions that Jim Clyburn has? What about all the lobbyists that support Jim Clyburn? No, shh. If you tell people, then they might lose faith in him. And we've got to make sure that people still have faith in Clyburn. Man.
Every time I watched him like rant, I literally just think of those Steven Crowder videos. Do you guys remember those? Those were like so classic, where he would parody Cenk. It's just so true. It literally is the case.
Damn what you write. You're gonna cry crocodile tears. Oh, Young Turks, progressives said mean things about Clyburn. Yeah, go ahead, write it. I am saying mean things about Clyburn. I think he's full of crap. I think he's funded by corporate lobbyists like all of the other Democratic leadership. I think he's corrupt like they are. Yeah, I said it. I said the word, okay? And I think you're all corrupt. And I think you all work for corporate Democrats, wittingly or unwittingly, okay? So now, but the voters themselves, they don't have any bad intent at all. They're just seeing what they're seeing in the papers, what they're seeing on TV, what they're seeing.
This is a conspiracy theory at this point. the conspiracy theory that the only reason that progressives keep losing is because the mainstream media is against them. No, it's just not the case, dude. It's just not true. Hey, Cenk, you realize Republicans overcome that all the time, right? And even within our circles, like, there are certain people that our establishment, our own media, just like yours, props up, and it doesn't mean they're automatically granted the win. It's also about where the finger of the base is, okay? The base just is not with you, okay? And if you want to say, well, Nina Turner, look at whatever, okay. Like I said, again, look at the New York City mayoral race. All right, you have no excuse in that. It's New York City. It's a Democratic primary in one of the most liberal cities in America, and the most conservative guy in the race wins. And the candidate that's endorsed by Bernie Sanders, AOC, gets demolished. Okay, the reality is, not politically necessarily, but more culturally, we've let progressives run the country for the past year or so, and people don't like it. All right, even people who are Democratic voters don't like it, and that's the reason why. That's what's happening here. It's not like it's not that you're being scammed or whatever. Like, the voters are being scammed. It's MSNBC, it's MSDNC's fault. Like, no, it's not though. It actually isn't. Progressives are not popular. They had their little period, they've had their ups and downs, but you're really at a point here right now in America where progressivism is not popular. It's not popular political policy. It's just not.
Supporting corruption by never talking about the actual reason why they do what they do. You are part of the corrupt system. Oftentimes you don't even know it. You think, well, what? I don't know. What do you mean? They hired me. I'm doing my job. Why did they hire you, schmuck? They hired you because they knew that you would do as you were told. Your editor would tell you never cover the money. That's normal. That's wonderful. That's great. In fact, if somebody has a money advantage, unless they're progressive like
why does my camera keep turning
if they have a money advantage, then they're the better candidate, the official candidate. And the word they use is credible. That's the most important, most toxic word in Washington. They are the credible candidate, and the progressive is not credible. And that right there is the biggest nuke they have, and they use it in every race. So that's how the voters get tricked into voting for against their own interest. Now, one more thing. You say, why do you say tricked? Well, right now, Chantel supporters, if they're watching, are both exuberant and hearing this, are screaming into their computers or laptops or TVs or iPhones and going, that is outrageous.
He's just coping so hard.
Positions. Really?
He's just coping so hard.
What are Chantel Brown's positions? She says that I'm generally in favor of Democratic positions, and the ones that we're all pretending to be in favor of.
What he's saying is not entirely wrong. Obviously, the establishment has an interest to protect itself, but dude, it's just not an excuse. I really don't think it's. Well, I don't know why my camera keeps doing this. Stop doing that. Hey, but freaking weird ass camera. I don't know. I really don't think it's a valid excuse to keep necessarily saying it's only because of the media. Because if a populist movement is strong enough, it will rise in despite of the establishment anyway. It will. 2016 Trump, right? And by the way, Bernie Sanders almost did it twice. Came very close, but it just didn't have enough support, right? But the excuses, the utter state of the excuses here. All right, it's the media, it's this, it's that. You're not progressives aren't popular in America. That's really what it is right now. You even have someone like Bill Maher. He's kind of been pushing back against progressivism, and he's a pretty liberal guy. But he does make, I think, some kind of common sense points, even coming from him. So why it's just the crazy agenda that you keep continuously pushing, and also because of the fact that the Democrats have moved to the left, the progressives have moved farther to the left. They've moved to the left to the point where they're very popular in terms of the public now. So Actually, I want to see Anna. Let's see Anna's meltdown.
In Ohio's 11th district know that she said that. That's the thing about the media, right? Because I know that if I saw any candidate say that about any other country, like I don't care if it's Israel, I don't care if it's Mexico, I don't care what country it is. If someone said on national television, "Oh no, I'm going to always vote in favor of sending billions of dollars to this government or that government, regardless of what they do, no strings attached," I'd be like, no, not interested in that.
Whoa.
Look, Norway's a perfectly pleasant country. We like Norway. In Norway, it's and it's actually one of the most progressive countries. So yay, Norway.
Whoa. Are the Young Turks spreading non-ADL approved anti-Semitism? Whoa. All right, let's get into this. Why would you
fix
my camera?
Why are you promising to send billions of dollars of our money to Norway without ever conditioning it on them doing the right? What if Norway, has some sort of craze and they decide they're going to go right wing? Well, then I don't want you to send them money.
Yeah.
Besides which, I don't even know why we're sending money to Norway, right?
Yeah.
But when you say it about Israel, does the media go, "Hey, that's an interesting"?
Check the Young Turks suddenly taking a stand for like America first foreign policy. It's kind of funny.
He says she'll never question the state of Israel.
Okay.
If you're a reporter and that didn't seem weird to you, I got news for you. You're not actually a reporter. You do propaganda in favor of the corporate rule. You're a sick, sad person.
Rashad, should I pour more fuel on the fire that's sitting next to me right now? Let me ask you first. Should I do it?
Yeah, you should. And let me provide a little more context.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I agree with you 100%. If you are a person who said, shame on the Trump administration for connecting with Russia to overturn or to weigh the outcome of an election, to influence an election. If you say, well, Donald Trump and his cronies tried to get foreign countries to influence an American election, if you say that's bad, please understand this. You must say, to retain your intellectual integrity, that what Chantel Brown said is bad too. By saying, I have a loyalty to a foreign country that is a blind loyalty as some type of test.
The Young Turks are
in
America
order to
first
be
now.
approved for an American election. That's bad. All of that is bad. Here's what's interesting. That was obviously
the America first Young Turks. We never knew this. It's true. No, but I'll say the thing is here is like, yeah, the Young Turks almost exist as like controlled opposition, I think, for the political establishment, because you notice, they'll say, oh, but the establishment, this time we're done with you, Democratic establishment, media establishment, right? And then when it really comes down to it, at the end of the day, they will always shill. They will always shill for the establishment at the end of the day, and we saw this in 2016. They're all like, Bernie this, Bernie that. And then next thing you know, right, they're all behind Hillary and they went crazy when Hillary lost, right? And then they did the same thing with Biden. And they will continuously do this, and they will continuously, recite mainstream media talking points, mainstream media propaganda, CIA propaganda, right? You name it. But then they'll, but when there's something like this, when it's, I guess, it's most opportune to do so, they'll take this very verbal stand against the establishment. Like, no, you don't really. I mean, they are the establishment. There's a reason why YouTube literally, like, basically promotes them, right? They are the political establishment, or at the very least, they're controlled opposition for the political establishment. These people are. The Young Turks are not a threat to the system, and really, neither are progressives in America in general. Like, the system does not view them as a threat. The people in power do not view them as a threat. They're a joke. They're a joke. And as a matter of fact, at the end of the day, what they do is they cow for the political establishment. They aid the political establishment. So, Cenk is coping so hard that he temporarily became America first. No, it's true. It is literally the case. That is literally exactly what happened.
No, the only thing you say that about is apparently is Israel, and to the press, they don't make note of it. They think that's interesting. Look, guys, on TYT, we will never tolerate any anti-Semitism, right? And we fight against that when the monsters in the right wing do it, and we will always do that. So religion and supporting the state of Israel, the current right-wing oppressive government of Israel, are two totally different things, right? So I'm against the current Turkish government, even though I'm Turkish.
Nope.
By the way,
the ADL. Okay, listen. Where's the ADL? Okay, we need to strike. We need to deplatform Cenk Uygur. He's not allowed to say that. Okay, they got to get the ADL in here. Where's the ADL? Where's the ADL?
But when it comes to the Israeli lobby in this country, gloves are off.
Whoa!
You guys want to come at people, at progressives, and spend millions of dollars so you could buy loyalty to the right-wing government of Israel? We're going to call you out, and we're going to call you out super.
It's so funny. You see, do you ever notice this? Like, if a conservative says that, they are crucified. They're not allowed to say that, but like the left, he just outright said it. It's interesting how that works.
Call you anti-Semitic. Have at it, Hoss. Call me anything you like. You've already done it. You've done it 1,000 times. We got nothing left to lose. You guys are liars. We know it. Doesn't matter. You can make up anything you like. Everybody makes up stuff about me. You just go online. It doesn't matter.
Well, out here, buddy. Well, that's pretty interesting. Okay, we need the ADL hit piece like immediately. Okay, whoa, check. Are you spreading anti-Semitic conspiracy theories? Check. Whoa. All right. Anyways, I did get a super chat from American Populist. He just linked an article. Mississippi parents demand governor ban mask mandates after superintendent overrules school board. Yeah. No, Bill Hutchinson is just cringes. No, it's true. It's true. Your governor down in Mississippi he's a joke. He's a joke. All right. Anyways,
well, who bought me? Those are the lobbyists, and they did buy her.
Let's rewind this. I want to
see
this.
Counting of this election would say that the Democratic majority for Israel bought Chantel Brown lock, stock, and barrel. That is a fact.
Whoa. Is he suggesting? Is he suggesting that the Israeli lobby? Do you see? Look at what he's saying. He's literally suggesting that the Israeli lobby basically has like a stranglehold influencing the democratic political machine in America. Anti-Semite. Whoa. Curious. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Update, and apparently she's going to pour fuel on my fire.
Yeah, we'll do that for the members only bonus episode, which starts in a few minutes.
Damn it! All right, I'm not saying that about the results. I'm saying about I want to keep going, but anyway, 49.8 to 44.7. So that's a 5.1% lead. With almost 60,000 reporting, can you make them 5 points?
Okay, we gotta send this to the ADL.
10 to 12,000 votes.
That statement. Wow, you cannot say that. Okay, everyone knows you're just not allowed to say that. Okay, so we're calling on the ADL to enforce their standards equally and label Cenk an anti-Semitic white nationalist. Okay, which he clearly is being right now. So. Yeah, some dude literally sent $100 super chat to the Young Turks. Bro, who does that? Literally, who does that? Okay, only I deserve $100 super chats. It's just so true. It's just so true. No, but this is funny to watch.
We're keeping it real.
Yeah,
but it is about the war, not the battle.
Exactly. I am not going to read this until we get to our members only bonus episode. So, because listen, I would love to do it now, but you see what happens with him. You set him off, and he goes on like by himself for 30 minutes straight. We can't do it. Sorry.
I love it. Before we go to the bonus episode, let me leave this with people who are watching here as well. It is chess, not checkers, and what that means is it's about position, not just taking a piece off the board. This race, win, lose, or whatever, creates positioning. There are some victories here. Look at how much money she was able to fundraise. Look at how much money they had to spend against Nina Turner in order to be effective.
Yeah, you can fundraise a lot. It doesn't mean you win votes. It's just like Kim Klacik or Nikki Fried or whoever. Like that's not a good argument.
Checkmate on the other side.
Yeah, and by the way, just a quick note on that. So you get these idiots on the alt left now saying, "Oh, well, you voted for Biden. Oh, you pretend to be angry at Biden." Do I look like I'm pretending? But you voted for Biden. Yeah, because the other choice after the primary was Donald Trump, who threatened to end democracy. So that goes to Rashad's point there. So if you end democracy,
they're coping so hard, dude.
Then the battle isn't over. The war is over. And then you got no chance and no hope for progressives. If we keep the war going, remember, younger voters are massively progressive, right? Time is on our side. But in order for that to happen, we have to have democracy in place. The establishment is a behemoth, an awful power, right? And one we've been fighting for 20 straight years. These new fascists on the right are, by the way, I'm not the only one calling them that now. One of the top conservatives in the country in the old days, about 5 years ago, just wrote an op-ed, and I'm gonna try to get him on the show for you guys. Charlie Sykes just wrote an op-ed saying, no, here's evidence 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 as to why the right wing in this country is actually now turning officially towards fascism. And they're starting to support fascists abroad. They're starting to propagandize in favor of fascists of the past. It is a dangerous place to be. Guys, this is a primary in the 11th district. You fight super hard in the primary.
Fascism is when right wingers actually govern effectively. Yep. That of course that is what they will always call it, but we don't care. We just stay winning. It's just so true.
Well, there's no chance of winning. Siphon away votes so that Trump and the fascists can win. No, the fascists are the worst.
Yes.
Because they will end the game. Yes. Once you get past them, then we go back to the long war against the establishment, which is what we're in the middle of now. And so, look, guys, we blew past the commercial break, and we went in half an hour longer than we were supposed to.
Okay, nobody
so
cares,
that's where we're going to have to go to members only because we have a schedule here, etc.
All right, there you go, dude. Imagine being a member. Speaking of members, though, my channel now has memberships. I discovered the other day that I was eligible, so I actually turned them on. We're going to test them out a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. Like, we might eventually move to a website at some point, like our own platform. But for now, we do have memberships. And while we're on the topic, let me actually show you what the membership is. I'm of the opinion. I feel like I actually structured this in a pretty cool way. But let me see. How do I go over to the screen where I can actually show you it? Join. Yeah, it's time. Let me just join my own channel. Actually, does this show the tiers if I do? Oh yeah, it does. All right, so yeah, it does show. Okay, so here's the memberships, by the way. So we have DAO Pack General, which is $3.99 a month. And what this gets you, let me actually say that we'll probably open up like an exclusive Discord server at this level too, but not right now, but we'll probably add that at some point. But anyways, you get these custom emojis that I personally made. They're pretty epic. And then we have members only live chats, priority reply to comments, and probably the best thing you get at this tier is access to a monthly Q&A video. Okay, so we're doing exclusive members only, kind of like the mailbag or whatever. I guess that's the same thing. So we're doing a monthly Q&A, but the DAO Pack General can watch the Q&A, but you can't submit questions for it. Okay, so that's that one. And then the next tier we have is Vince Dow Patriot. It is just so true, which is $6.99 a month. And this you get access to shout outs on live streams and the monthly Q&A, which you can submit questions for. And then I think the best thing about this perk is besides the monthly Q&A, so not included, you also get two exclusive members only videos every month. Okay, so 2 exclusive videos every month, the Q&A, okay, and that's $6.99 a month. And then we have, I think this is the best value. We have the Vince Dow Nationalist tier, which is just truly epic, okay? And what you get on this, obviously, the same thing as the other tiers, the 2 exclusive videos, Q&A and stuff. But we also will be doing, once we have enough members, we'll be doing a monthly Zoom call with each of the VinceDao nationalists, and then you obviously get the Q&A, but you also get priority questions. Like, I'll prioritize the nationalists first, so those questions will be answered first. You also get your own personalized propaganda poster design. I'm not going to actually like make one physically, but a design for one. We will be making those for each of our VinceDao nationalists. You can also get a personalized video shout out if you want, but I think this is the best thing you get, which is free admission to APU events. So like the next time we do APS or regional events or whatever it is, all the people who are the top tier members get exclusive admission. Okay, free admission. So if you're interested, go check it out. All right, we need our memberships. We love our members. And I would argue I think the value on it is pretty good, but we will see. We will see. All right. Again, the VinceDao Patriot one and the VinceDao Nationalist one are probably the best ones, right? Especially if you're someone who goes to events, right, and probably would be interested in coming to an APU event. Again, free admission, courtesy of me. You're welcome. So I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, sadly, I'm too poor to get this. We hate to see it. We hate to see it, folks. We hate to see it. But yeah, reminder: this is the discount one. Okay, we have the $4 a month one, and like I said, like probably like starting soon, we'll probably open up like a exclusive Discord server for all the members, including these ones. So again, you want to see the monthly Q&A, don't you, folks? Okay, you literally do. So your members are too poor, my guy. No, it is true. It is true. I notice I tend to have a less affluent fan base, which is not a bad thing. Okay, it literally means I am the true populist. It is so true. It is so true. I'm the Zoomer populist. Okay, literally all my fans are like broke Zoomers. We love to see it. I'm truly for the working man. Okay, it's so true. I'm literally the Huey Long of right wing conservative YouTube. It's just the case. It is just the case. So. If John doesn't upload again, we must force him to buy a TYT membership. I agree. Literally the case. Literally the case. I would pay for merchandise. It is imminent. Actually, I do have merch. Actually, it's in my description. But new merch is imminent. It will be coming soon. Okay, not only a Zoomer populist, but civil rights activist. So true. So true. Zoomer crypto army. Literally the case. Bro college Zoomers are literally my viewership. All right. They literally are. All right. Let's see what else we got going on in chat. Democracy is cringe. Read the Bible. So true. End our democracy really means a threat to, or face a threat to the oligarchy. No, it's true. It's true. Very good take right there. I'm going to put that on screen. It is a very good take. Very good take. VinceDao fascism. No, it is literally not VinceDao fascism. It is VinceDao imperialism. Okay, get it right. Get it right. It's a monarchy. Okay, it is not an autocracy. It is a monarchy. All right, literally get it right. Okay, literally get it right. Ooh, we got a new member. All right, Asher is now a member. Shout out Asher. How do you say the last name? Meekoff? Pretty sure I said that right? What kind of name is that? That sounds Eastern European. Based Eastern Europeans? Let's go. That not implying that I'm Polish, though. That's a conspiracy theory, but shout out Asher Meekoff. Let's go. Let's go. At VinceDao, favorite cardboard box. I don't know. Probably the one that I live in. Haha. Jokes. I don't know. It is very Dutch. Does that? I guess it's a Dutch. I don't know. It's your name, buddy. I don't know. If it's a monarchy, who will be Mrs. Dao? Oh, that is private information. Okay, that is private information. Although some of the internet does know, but that is private information. Okay. How do we convince boomers we're right? You just have to frame things properly. I think actually, if you watch my speech for that Turning Point event, like in April or whatever, I think I posted it in May, but it was from April. That's how you have to talk to them, right? You just have to know your audience. You know, obviously, when I'm speaking to boomers, I don't use all the Zoomer lingo. First of all, okay, that's a first prerequisite. You have to speak like an adult, which is what I usually do when I'm talking to boomers. But also, I think you have to frame things in the context of things that they do care about, right? And so, like when I did that speech, I basically framed the whole pro-family populist economic policy argument in terms of small government. Like I literally basically made the case that, well, you know, the family is the ultimate unit of self-governance. In order to have a truly self-governing society, you have to have strong families, right? Like that's kind of the speech that I gave. That's kind of the appeal that I made. You have to talk to them like that. You have to talk to them in language that they care about, you know, so relate things back, right? So if you want to talk about, especially, I think an effective way to get them to ditch a lot of GOP establishment politicians is not necessarily, you know, go down the certain route that we usually do, but maybe more go down the route of their disloyalty to Trump, right? That is something they care a lot about. So it's like, you know, look at why do you trust Lindsey Graham? You know, Lindsey Graham backstabs Trump everywhere that he can. Here's the evidence, right? You got to do stuff like that. I now have. It is so true. He has special emojis. He is indeed better than all of you. It is just true. It is just true. It's called. We do a little bit of oligarchy. It is just the case. It is just the case. VinceDao says, "Would you marry a Vietnamese girl?" Yes, of course I would. Will I? I don't know, but I would. Yes. Texas or Florida for engineering college. Currently needs to transfer from Illinois Community College. I don't know. You have to look at where the best schools are or what you want to do. I don't know. I think is Emory or Nova or somewhere has a pretty good engineering school, which is in Florida. I don't know about Texas. I mean, I'm sure UT is probably good, but you don't want to go to UT. Okay, Austin is hell. But if you are chasing the degree, UT is good. But there's Texas Tech, Texas A&M. I'm sure those have decent engineering programs. I don't even know if Rice has an engineering school, but you probably don't want to go to Rice either, to be honest. But somewhere like Tech or A&M should be fine. I honestly don't know much about it or much about the schools, but it's just a thought. Just look at, first of all, you got to look at what school you actually want to go to. Don't let the whole name brand thing get you a little too much, you know. It does matter to an extent. Like obviously, you know, some schools will get you better opportunities than others, but you also got to look at where you want to go. You know, don't buy into the Cope world order, Cope psyop conspiracy that if you don't go to Harvard or whatever, you're not going to be successful. SMU has one of the best engineering programs in the country. Well, there you go. And SMU is a pretty based school as well. So Goji Berry says, never caught one of your YouTube live streams before. Very nice. We'd love to see it. Welcome to the stream, my guy. Welcome to the stream. What's your take on crypto since hyperinflation is imminent? I do not have a positive take on crypto, mainly because I am salty. Okay, I'm salty. All right. We tried crypto for a few weeks. Did not gain money. Actually lost some money. It was just not a pleasant experience, to be honest. It was just not. I don't know. I prefer to stick to traditional stocks, to be honest. All right, people, MFers out here like, well, yeah, hyperinflation, but yeah, what about the crypto market? You're basically experiencing hyper deflation, okay, which is just not good. I don't know. Would it count as hyper deflation? I don't know. Like crypto is a good idea, but the market for crypto is terrible right now. It's just rest in peace, crypto. Okay, rest in peace, all my crypto homies. Playing Ain't I Right on stream. Ain't I Right is a bass song, but we might get copyrighted. I don't even know. Vince, I think I got banned from Chenk's live chat. That is hilarious. Crypto traders are coping. I am coping. I am literally coping. Okay, I tried crypto. I like I said, I tried it. It just didn't go well. You know, it just didn't go well. You're supposed to hold it. No, I know I was like theoretically, but I was just like, I'm not even going to hold this. This is just a terrible market. Like I literally just wanted to pull my money out and put it back into stocks because it was just like, I made a conscious decision. Like I made a sunk cost calculation and was like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm just going to like literally just pull out. I just dropped my AirPod box. That was not nice. Exactly. This is what they sound like. Well, crypto is so based. It's so good. I made like 20. Yeah, that's literally what you MFers sound like. Okay. I'm just not a fan. Just not a fan. All right. And do not say, well, you should have just held it, bro. I made a sunk, like I said, I made a sunk cost fallacy. I made a sunk cost decision. I was just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this. All right. Video Maker says we did a bipartisan investigation on 714, and we found that against 714. Well, how could that be the case if 714 never happened? Okay, all right. His Noble Gold ads are based. Yeah, I don't want to really steal sponsors, but we should get sponsors of our own. I don't know if I have the viewership for our own sponsorships, but we should look into it. Crypto is basically gambling. It is so true. It is just the case. It is literally the case. I mean, stocks are to an extent as well, but at least it's a little more stable than freaking crypto. Crypto's insane. You're supposed to hold for a few years. Yeah, well, I'm not doing that, buddy. Okay, that's just not doing that. Who would do that? Yeah, holding for a few years would have been a good idea like a few years ago, but I wasn't in on it a few years ago, so. Vince, the people want APU merch. Why do the people want APU merch? What about Vince Dow merch? Huh? What about that? I don't know. We'll see. I feel like APU should wait a little bit on the merch. That's why we haven't really gone forward with it. But Vince invested in Cope Coin and is coping. You're coping. You literally drink tea. Okay? Just stop it. Just stop it. Stop pushing right-wing conspiracy theories. No, 714 is a left-wing conspiracy theory, okay? No, this is not what happened, by the way. I literally did not do that, okay? I literally did not do that. That's just not that is not the case. I invested in other stuff. It just didn't go that well, and I was just like, screw this. I'm going to the stocks instead. Will Vince get sponsored? Like, get sponsored by my own nonprofit? No. That's basic. That would basically just be embezzling money to myself. It's literally what it would be. The Dow coin. Yes, we're going to start the Dow coin. We must do that. Imminent. 2 words that trigger Vince or 714. It does not. You don't understand. It does not trigger me. Okay, it's just pointing to lies spread about our live streams that simply did not happen. Maybe Vince invested in 5 coin. I know I invested 5.7 coin. Okay, I literally invested 5.7 coin. It's just not the case. Gambling is a tax on the stupid. In a way, yeah, it basically is. But I'm not gonna say that. But I'll just say that's true. Okay. Did you see the tweet on Digimon voice actors reading base script? I did not see that. No. I don't even know. I really don't know what you're talking about, but I'll take a look. I'll look into it. The Dow Foundation. Yeah, we're gonna start the Dow. We will start the Dow Foundation. It won't even be a foundation. It'll just be an LLC. All right. Sorry, Vince. I just trust John Doyle more than you. Wow, that is utterly abusive, Mr. Orr. Can't after all we've been through. Has John mocked you for drinking tea? No, he hasn't. That is me. I don't think John knows who you are. I know who you are. Wow. The disloyalty here. We hate to see it. Speaking of John, he sent me. He meant to send. John Doyle owes me money. He meant to send an email to someone else saying I owe you money, but he sent it to me on accident instead. So it is just the case that John actually owes me money. All right. He owes me money. I don't know. I just got an email saying, bro, I owe you money. And I was like, no, you don't. You meant to send that to the other guy, but hey, you owe me money now. It's just so true. It's so true. I expect $9 million from John imminent. All right. You have my Cash App, John, I think. Okay. Vince, make an APU Scott. Imagine thinking we even have the funding to do this. Imagine thinking that. As someone who came from, it is. Hey, that is actually. You know what? I have done a John a few times, but I've had it, but only like for like a day. I don't spend, but yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not innocent on that either. But I have less of a reputation from it than John. That is true. That is true. $100,000 speaking fee. Yes. I remember what happened in 2006. I don't know what that means. You owe me money? No, I don't owe you money, my guy. I did not send you an accidental email saying I do, so I don't. Do I think rap is more consistent than John? Well, I don't know if it's a matter of opinion. I think it's a factual matter that rap uploads to YouTube more than John does. So it's called pulling a Doyle. That unironically, that is basically what it is when people just delay their uploads. No, we are kidding though. We love John. Okay, we are Team Doyle. We're not going to tolerate any Doyle slander in here. We love John. The men who built this country drank tea. Jefferson wrote about it often. That's just such a cope. It's just such a cope. No, the men who built. Okay, yeah, sure. The people who founded the country, sure. Why? Because they were influenced by England. Okay, the men who built the country, like actually built it up beyond the founding, drank coffee. That is a cope. That is just a cope. It's really just not a factually true. Watch out, Vince. You can't foil the Doyle. Nobody's trying to foil the Doyle, my guy. We love John. That's just it, though. John does a little delayed gratification. Yeah, that's what we're calling it now. Hey, well, I'll shill for him. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why he's not posting. It's so true. It's so true. Vince, channel your inner Italian to get restitution for the money. Yeah, it is true. John owes me $9,999,999. That's how much I expect from John in about 24 hours. And if not, we'll have to have a little bit of a conversation, okay? It's just true. It is true. And we'll consider that reparations for the Mickey Mouse incident, okay? That's what that is. That's just it's reparations for the Mickey Mouse incident. Vince, now Minecraft server when I don't play Minecraft. That's the thing. Vince, what are APU's long-term goals? Hopefully to basically become like the new conservative mainstream. That's kind of the end goal, is we want to like shift the Overton window to the point to where like we have the narrative power essentially. He told me he'd pay you in crypto. Oh yeah. So it ends up being like worth $2. Wow. John, you can't pay me in crypto. I want cash. Okay, the struggling U.S. dollar. That is who we want. Who is the worst, neoliberals or progressives? I mean, I think overall progressives are worse, but the thing is, progressives don't really have, like you said, a lot of political power in America. And who's doing more damage to the country? Easily neoliberals, easily, because those are the people who really actually have the actual institutional power in DC and corporate America and all of it, so. Convinced Dow nationalist ally with a Mark Kirk nationalist. I don't know who is Mark Kirk. Who is this guy? Let's do a little bit of searching first. I don't know. He's a former United States senator. Okay. Oh, former Illinois Republican senator. Interesting. I don't know. Maybe. Perhaps I will consider it. Mark Kirk is awful. Okay. Then I don't know. We'll have to take a look. We'll have to look into this. All right. We need an alliance between the Vince Dow Nash. I don't know if that alliance puts me first. What does Mr. Decapitated Orange Horse and National what do you bring me other than bad takes about caffeinated drinks? Okay, I don't know what do I actually gain from that relationship. I don't know if that's I don't know. A little rip. How long has the stream been going? I think like an hour 40 minutes almost. People say Blystone is a grifter. What's your? I don't even know who that is. Who the heck is Blystone? Let me look him up. Oh, guy running for governor of Ohio. I don't know. We'll have to look into him. I mean, Mike DeWine does need to get out of office, but we'll have to see. I mean, you got to be a little bit careful for these flashy social media candidates, but I don't know if he does look like kind of a Chad, so maybe we can't trust him. I don't know. We'll see. Asher, all right. Good night, Asher. We love Asher. Asher is unironically our first member. We love to see it. We love to see it. Coffee. This is such a bad take. Oh wait, yeah, no, this is such a bad take. That's just a terrible take, my guy. That is just not the case. Just not the case. Okay, I'm right, you're wrong. There's nothing more to say. You're just wrong. I mean, you're literally just wrong. It's just not true. It's just not true. I don't know if there's anything else I can say. It's just not true. Anyways, what should we do on the stream tomorrow? I don't know. Like, should we react to the Charlie Kirk Walsh debate? I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't really want to, but we probably should because it's content, but I don't want to do it. I don't even care, to be completely honest. I don't want to watch Walsh and Charlie Kirk just debate each other. Like, who wants this? Okay, I know some people. I really don't even want to watch it, but I don't know. We can watch it. We'll watch it. That debate sucked. I mean, I like 5 minutes of which it was just boring, but like that was my instinct. You're probably right that it did suck. So I don't know. You should play Fortnite for the lulz. I don't play Fortnite, dude. I don't play Fortnite. Now, if you want me to play New Vegas or something, we could do that, okay? Or even GTA. We could probably play a little bit of GTA, but I don't play Fortnite, dude. I've actually played Fortnite. Admission, okay, startling confession. I've never played Fortnite. I've literally never played it. Thoughts on Tim Scott tomorrow? I don't know if he's really in the news enough where we can actually make a whole thing about him, but really overrated senator in my opinion. Basically the social justice warrior of the Senate GOP, I would say. I suggest you to watch this movie named Once Upon a Time in America, and the 4-hour version of it takes place during Prohibition and has James Woods in it. Oh yeah. Let's watch a 4-hour movie on stream that will copyright strike. That's a great idea. But I will watch the movie at some point. Okay, we'll take a look. But I don't think we can watch that on stream. That's just not a good idea. I will debate Vince on why he needs to play Fortnite. All right, but let's watch Blazing Saddles on stream. Let's do some Among Us. I don't even have it. We could play some like Fallout sometime. That's the game I played the most recently. I literally just cycle through all my old games. I don't even play new games. I just replay old ones. I don't have time to like actually start new games. I kind of just, whenever I'm feeling nostalgia, I'll play a little bit of old games. You should have a devil's advocate like what Crowder does. Have Doyle argue the strongest leftist arguments, and other APU members will debate him. That would actually be kind of interesting. That's actually not a bad idea, but I don't know. And I don't think John would do that, but that actually is a decent idea. That would be pretty interesting, I think. Do I have a PS4? No, I have an Xbox One. That I once again I don't really play that much, but I play occasionally. Okay. I tried playing Fallout 3 yesterday and got bored. Fallout New Vegas and 4 for the win. I mean, I basically agree with that take, but I wouldn't say Fallout 3 is boring. I just think it's best. Why isn't the APU summit on the APU's YouTube channel? Okay, long story. It's on my channel. Okay, do we have to ask so many questions? I have to ask questions here. No, I'm kidding. It's on my channel because literally live streaming wasn't working on that channel, so we had to do it on my channel. But we will start probably posting clips probably around tomorrow, but of the APU event. But John Mills says I am running for Senate in Oregon. Take a look on Wikipedia. Okay. John Mills. Let's take a look. I couldn't even spell it right. Very sad. You mean this English actor that says he died in 2005? Clown. You are a clown. Are you a populist? Yes. In I would say in the right wing way though, not in like the left wing way, but in like the right wing way. And by that I mean like what the definition is of populism. You know, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm like a big democracy guy. I'm not like a for the people guy. I'm more for a responsible ruling class, right? Than in absence of no ruling class. Why are you so low energy? I would not say I'm low energy. We're just casually vibing with chat. I don't understand why we have to be shouting constantly. Okay. By the way, I am still kind of sick for some reason. I don't know why. It's literally lasted so long. It's not even bad. It just won't go away. Vince Dow says, "When will you be on Slightly Offensive?" I don't know. We'll do it at some point. I don't know. I don't know. You gotta ask his producer. Okay. We've had answers. Why not been on the show yet? It is true. It is true. Do I know what Jackbox is? Is that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be like a play on words because it sounds like another bad thing? I'm not falling for your tricks, buddy. Okay, not funny, not funny. And you said you can't afford the membership. Oh, you and me, my guy. We are. We're not on the best terms right now. Okay, first you refuse to buy a membership, and then you try to do a play on words with me. No. What is the best bottled water? Hot take. My favorite bottled water is Arrowhead. Okay, which I don't even know if that's a national brand. I think it's only on the West Coast. And a lot of people say, "Oh, it tastes like tap water. It tastes like metal." I am a fan. Okay, we love Arrowhead. All right. Kirkland, the Costco brand, it's okay. To be honest, I feel like it kind of tastes like plastic. It's same thing with most bottled water, but Arrowhead and the more like tap water sort of ish tasting water, I tend to be more of a fan of it. Stop drinking bottled water, glass. Well, that's the thing. It's like it's a choice between plastic and like fluoride. Like you lose the water battle either way. Okay, the Arrowhead official APU water supplier. So true. I used to hate Arrowhead, but now it tastes decent to me. We love Arrowhead is good freaking water. I will not tolerate any Arrowhead slander. Get a filter from the banned water merchant. The banned water filter merchant. All right, that might be the move. Did you visit Rep's house in Texas? Yeah, I actually stayed there. That's where I stayed. It was much cheaper than a hotel. Now, it was not the most convenient thing, okay, because CPAC was like across the city basically, but it was what it was. We slept on his floor, okay, because he doesn't even have any furniture in his house because the moving company. I don't know. We actually have an inside joke that it's the John Doyle Moving Company because it's taking like 2 months. Like they just have his stuff sitting there and he can't even get his stuff. So Rep's house. If you're wondering why he has no face cam, it's probably partially because he literally has no furniture at all, which is kind of cringe. So yeah, I slept on his floor, like not on a sleeping bag, literally just on his carpet. Okay, that's how we slept. All right. When are you moving to Florida, Vince? August 14th/15th. Okay, that's when we're moving. My move will probably be a lot smoother than Reps or John's was. Okay, I don't even think we'll really have to take that many days off because the place is already pre-furnished, so it won't be that bad. This guy John Mills, we got John Mills. He's just going crazy in chat. MAGA Hat Politics says I'm back. We'd love to see it. Does Rep live by himself? I don't know. I don't know if he wants me to say that, but he does live by himself. Yeah. thevincedao is going to transform into a Florida man. Literally the case. I'm going to put Florida man in all of my bios. Okay. As soon as we do it, all the bios are going to have Florida man in it. All right, John Mills, you keep this up. YouTube is not going to have fun with you. Okay. All right. We're gonna put John Mills in timeout. He's not saying very good things for the YouTube rules here. Okay, just got back from Florida. It's true. We love to see it. Say hi to DC Drano while you're there in Florida. I don't think Drano lives that close to me though. I don't know. Drano barely even knows who I am. I think he does follow me on Instagram, but I don't know. But we will be saying hi to a lot of other people when we're in Florida. That is the case. All right. Thomas Morgan says, do you think mask or vaccine mandates are worse? I think it's pretty obvious a vaccine mandate is worse than a mask mandate, but Drano lives in Tampa, I think. Actually, okay, that's not too far from where I'm going to be, and that's all I'll say about that. But I thought he lived in like all the way on the Atlantic coast or something. If you want to see Florida man, look up Ross decorations, perhaps. When you go to Florida, a week late for SAS, CPAC. Well, CPAC was not in this CPAC was not, that was in Texas. But yeah, you did miss APS. And AFPAC was at the last CPAC. I think you have it confused. But this past CPAC was not in Florida. What are APU's long-term goals? Didn't you just ask that question? I answered that question, Reagan. I literally answered it from you, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, we basically, our long-term goal is basically to become the new like driving nonprofit force in the conservative mainstream, and basically have the institutional power to really control the conservative narrative in a way that is actually conservative. So that's the long-term goal. Reagan has dementia. It is. I just answered that question. What was up with that? NPC says, "Are you afraid of alligators?" Not. I'll be honest, not really. I know I should be, but the alligators do not intimidate me. They honest like I actually find them. I don't want to say I find them cute, but I find them kind of like funny, like the way they just sit and lie there like this all day. I have a hard time being intimidated from them. They look so stupid, like just lying there. I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm really that afraid of them. I mean, obviously you keep your distance just to be smart, but I'm really not that scared of them, to be honest. And honestly, unless you get super close to them or you're near the water, they are not going to shoot you. They really that is true. They're lazy and they're not good at running on land. They can only run like a few feet at a time on land. So, really, I wouldn't say alligators are all that intimidating. I'm a gator nationalist. So true. We love to see it. What is your opinion on gun control? I mean, I think it's pretty evident. I just basically have the normal conservative take on it. I'm against it. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about it. I do have a few videos like debunking gun control, but you can watch those if you want. thevincedao alligator wrestler? No, I'm not gonna wrestle an alligator. Okay, I'm just saying they don't find them all that scary. Here is a real electoral politics question: will Missouri be likely Republican in 2134? In 2134, yeah. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Good question though. Good question. We love to see it. Always asking the tough questions. America First mapping. Okay, we love to see it. Reagan machine guns. Oh, it's true. He is cringe for that. Will you vote for DeSantis in 2024? I mean, if he's the Republic, if Trump's not running in the primary and he runs, yeah, I'll vote for him. Stream on alternative tech so we can discuss the real issues. Hey, you know what? See, that's the thing too, is the memberships. I'm probably going to have some like alt tech content that I just like leave private and then only for members. So consider that. If you want to discuss some more spicy stuff, we memberships will play a role in that. Also follow me on Instagram, because with Instagram lives we can it's not totally foolproof, but we can sometimes get away with a little bit more. So will you buy a gun when you move to Florida? See, I might try to figure out if I can do a transfer, but the problem is Florida's gun laws are cringe. Literally, you can't buy a gun till you're 21 there, which is not cool. Like rifle or pistol, like it's just cool. It just sucks. VinceDao, are you going to make a website? Not right now. I mean, for now, we're the memberships. I might set up a locals channel at some point, make it like $1 cheaper than the YouTube memberships. We might do that at some point. But if anything, I think I'd probably just make a locals channel instead of doing a website. It's basically the same thing. Haha, get owned. Total Georgian victory. No, it is true. It is true. Florida takes the L in terms of guns. They're not great. With Nita Turner losing her primary, Czech is crying to his bacon his bacon grease. Also, are you moving to Volusia County, where I live? Well, I can tell you it's not Volusia County. Where even is Volusia County? Let's see. Yeah, it is. It is not actually not that far from Volusia County, like 2 or 3 hours or so, but it is not Volusia County. Okay, and as for the rest of the super chat, with Nita Turner losing, oh yeah, it wasn't even a question, but yeah, we it is quite funny to see. We love to see it. Don't dox your county in chat. Well, it's not a big deal. I mean, he's not. I think Distinctive Destinator isn't even a. He doesn't even have his name on the account. It's not a big deal, Jeff. Okay, it's not a big deal. No one's gonna track him down. When is the next Sound of Dao episode? Sound of my dead podcast. Dude, I don't do the podcast anymore. Okay, it was. Actually, the reason I stopped it was because I just felt like I was forcing it too much, right? Because I had to like upload on the schedule, and like sometimes I didn't have that I wanted to talk about, so some of the podcasts just kind of sucked. That's the reason why we stopped doing it. But I may bring back my podcast as like an interview show at some point. Like kind of like maybe a little bit later down the road, but like like an interview show, have guests on the show, right? Like a podcast like that. We might do that at some point. Do a weekend Sound of Dao special. Maybe we could do a weekend members only special. Why does no one ever suggest that? Oh, what about the memberships, my guy? Okay, we're trying to make the memberships worth it as much as possible. Okay. Thoughts on the Vosh Charlie debate? Like I said, I don't know, boring. I didn't watch it. I really didn't care to. With that being said, maybe we'll do a reaction stream tomorrow for the content, but. Just know before doing it, okay. All right. Like I really did not care to see that much. Thoughts on Sasquatch nationalism? I'm a supporter. Thoughts on not knowing what Jackbox is? I know what it is, dude. I become wise to your guys' tricks. Okay, I remain fully convinced that Jackbox is simply a psyop because it sounds like something else. Okay. Thoughts on Rap saying Ron DeSantis is a communist spy? I'm pretty sure that was satirical, but we'll see. Would rather watch Chen Cope. I think I would too, to be honest. I did not say that. It's just so false. It's just not true. Okay, it's just not true. It's just not true. Michael Knowles has becoming more and more base. Always has been. No, I like Mike. Michael's definitely the most solid person on Daily Wire for sure. I've been reading a little bit of his book actually. It's a solid book. Like take a look if you're interested. Look up Jackbox on Steam after the stream. No, I remain committed. It is not a real thing. Okay, it is not a real thing. You're not going to convince me that Jackbox is anything valid. It's just not. Michael Knowles for Emperor. Okay, slow down there. Okay, everyone knows I'm supposed to be the Emperor. We need an APU workout program / fitness challenge. We could probably have Nathaniel write that. Knowles was one of the first people to get me out of my Lolbert phase. No, same as actually basically me too. I like the book. You know, it's actually a good book. Like, you know, before you say oh he's shill whatever. No, actually just give it a read. Just give it a read. It's a solid book. Take a look. Michael's a very and he had Jesse Lee Peterson on his show the other day. I was like that was pretty epic. It was pretty epic. It was a good interview too. Can someone explain centrist economics? What do you need an explanation for it? It's just basically like the in between left wing and right wing economics. I don't know. Amazing, so true. We love Jesse Lee Peterson. All right. Anyways, I'll probably wrap up the stream in like a few seconds here. So put in your last chats. If you want to send it in a super chat, you can send it in. I'll end in like 2 minutes, I guess. Michael Knowles donated to AOC's aunt instead of donating to Mark Kirk's cancer treatment. Yeah, that's cringe. All right, but it's not a huge deal to me. It just was bad optics, I think, overall. I have a 2-hour video that I listen to when I work out, Brandon. It's pretty good. Okay. Jesse Lee Peterson is so based. No, it's just true. We love Jesse Lee Peterson. Jack. I'm now tempted to search this up, even though I'm fairly certain this is a psyop. Yeah, you're a clown, dude. It's not even a game. It's just a video developer. Really? Oh wait, no, it isn't. It is okay. Jackbox Party Pack. What is this? No, I remain committed. Actually, I think Google's lying. I think I still remain committed. It is not a real game. It's just not a real game. What's your take on Social Security? I think it quite obviously has to be reformed and cleaned up at some point, but it's just not going to be popular policy to do it. So, quite frankly, if I were to be honest, that's one of the biggest problems with democracy is something like Social Security can never get fixed because it's like whoever fixes it would be the Republicans theoretically would just get voted out of power the next election, even though in the long term, right, it has to be cleaned up. But we don't really have a system that is meant for longevity, and that's part of the problem with it. Blue wrench brigade greater than the blue checkmark brigade. So true, so true. Vince is a closeted Jackbox player. Literally just false. Just literally not the case. All right. Anyways, guys, with that being said, we're going to wrap up the stream tonight. I'll see you about tomorrow. We might do the reaction stream to the Charlie Kirk Vouch debate. I don't know. I'm debating it, okay? I really don't want to, but I don't know. You guys probably do want to see that, so I don't know. Bam San Madsen, we literally will not. But yeah. All right. Have a good night, guys. See you guys later. Get those memberships if you're interested, okay? They're very epic. And you get special shout-outs on my stream, so take a look. Links in my description if you want to join. But yeah, see you guys later, and peace.